In a classic symptom of a state school struggling for space, the playground at my school was a flat drab concrete surface with a colourful multitude of confusing markings crisscrossing all corners, defining the boundaries of a football pitch, a netball court, a tennis court, a hockey pitch, and an occasional car park. The most prominent markings on the playground, though, shining ever so brightly, particularly at break times, were those the eye couldn't see, those only recognised by the mind. Lines defined by taste in music, defined by football teams, sport, clothes, aspiration, holiday destination, housing, postcode, defined by what car your parents drove, defined by the colour of your skin, religion, defined by the colour of your father's collar, if you had one. For lines were drawn from an early age. Fears of opposites were often articulated in a variety of mannerisms, from outright violence to quiet mutterings behind backs to cheap sniggers understood only by those with the capital to laugh. There were times when lines were ignored and we just played. In my case, these concrete markings generally to predict if the paths one could or couldn't take. There were those in my year group that went on to university, as there were those whose paths took them to prison. I was neither, and I was an outsider when I arrived in London, in Clapham Junction. No degree, no criminal record, neither council estate dwelling inner city youth, nor young high salary seeking graduate recently arrived from a life far removed from deprived urban high-rises. Lavender Hill, St John's and Northcote Road are home to some of my happiest memories, marking out a milestone in my head of times where I felt I'd finally beginning to make something out of myself. Sat on the edge of my sofa, far away from the danger, I watched the drama unfold on TV as shops were looted and set on fire on the very roads I associate mostly with happiness. Those memories were not lost in the heat of the flames or the shards of broken glass, but it served as a reminder that not all live in the bubble in which I float. I've never measured it, but I reckon the distance between the JD Sports and Jamie Oliver is mere meters. But the associations they both hold in some quarters regarding social class, well, I don't think that distance could be any further apart. And I'm an outsider. On the many walks I've taken around these roads, weaving a path between strangers, it's as if the many different and distinct groups of people who reside in the area and regularly rub shoulders, crisscrossing all corners of Clapham, rarely acknowledge one another, creating a colourful yet confusing multitude of lines, shining ever so brightly, particularly at night times, lines the eye can't see, only recognised by the mind. These unspoken divides create fears of opposites. Opposites get articulated in a variety of mannerisms, from outright violence to quiet mutterings behind backs to cheap sniggers understood only by those with the capital to laugh. Parts of Clapham have become hives to the swarm of young professionals who've moved to the city to sample the opportunities only a thriving metropolis can offer, and who would begrudge them. If they can afford to pay £4 for a pint, then so be it. But when everyday language from such young educated tongues is littered with words like chav, as casually as a discarded box containing the remains of cheap greasy chicken bones, questions should be asked of the outcomes. I've paid £4 for a pint, and I've eaten in the pizza restaurant Battersea Rise. I've had times where I've had no choice but to seek out the reduced section in Asda in order to eat. I have sympathies on either side. I know the grass isn't always greener, and I'm an outsider. Despite my many happy memories, when I walk these roads weaving a path in between the crisscrossing communities of Clapham Junction, I see dividing lines and fear. I can't help thinking, if there was a little more understanding from all sides and a little commitment just to get to know each other, then that distance between JD Sports and Jamie Oliver may not necessarily become shorter, but it will at least make the walk between the two a little more pleasant for everyone. And stereotypes of carefree rich city boys in shirts and ties, or carefree unemployed teens in tracksuits and trainers, may begin to dissolve, leaving only a group of people trying to go about their lives. We could all just play again. And maybe, just maybe, some might get to have as many happy memories as me. And I'm an outsider.
I could be the only one or ever. Keep it Mellow 9.